In this video, I'll be explaining how an HLOOKUP function works in Microsoft Excel. Before I explain how an HLOOKUP works, if you've used a VLOOKUP before, it's very similar and you shouldn't really have any issues figuring out how to use an HLOOKUP. If you're not familiar with the VLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel, I have a post on my website, www.excelcoach.ca, explaining how VLOOKUP works, where you can also find a video that I've put together explaining the function as well. An HLOOKUP function in Microsoft Excel is asking for a very similar set of 4 arguments as a VLOOKUP function. It wants a lookup value, it's asking for the table array, a row index number, and a range lookup, which for our purposes will search for an exact match against our lookup value. The only thing that's different between an HLOOKUP and a VLOOKUP is this over here, the row index number, which our HLOOKUP function is asking for, and in a VLOOKUP, it'll ask for a column index number, just the different ways that the functions work. So before we write our HLOOKUP function, we'll put a value in here which we want to search for. So our lookup value, I'll set it to Calgary, and our data over here is some made up numbers on condo prices by year across Toronto, Calgary, and Vancouver. So going back to writing our HLOOKUP function, so you start by writing equals HLOOKUP open bracket, and now we're ready to actually start inputting the arguments. I'll move this down here so that you can follow along. So the lookup value for us will be Calgary. So click into cell G5, which has our value, hit comma, and now you can see that it's asking for our table array, which is going to be this over here, the data that we want to search in. Make sure that when you select your table array, you include the first row, which has your lookup value in it. So the HLOOKUP function needs to have your lookup value in the top row of the table array that you select, or the data that you want to search in. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So hit comma. Now it's asking for the row index number. So over here, I said for my result, I want to find the price in 2016, which means that for me, this is going to be row number 3. So your row number 1 is always going to be the top row in your table array. So in this case, row 4 over here in my spreadsheet is actually row 1 in my data range. So 2016 would be row 3, type 3, comma, and because I want to search for an exact match, meaning I want it to find Calgary and give me the value in the 3rd row down. If I hit enter, it returns 210,000, which is the value that is in our table range. So I hope you found this video useful. If you want to learn more about Excel, head over to my website, www.excelcoach.ca. Thanks.